Hi guys, I wanted to take the time to show you guys how to do the proper form of a push-up. The push-up's one of those exercises that you see everybody doing it, but there's very few people that do it correctly. So I want to make sure you guys know how to do it correctly so that way you're saving yourselves potential injury for near future and more in the distant future, okay? So we're going to go over the proper form of a push-up. So the first thing you want to focus on with your push-up is your hips. I know a lot of people are like, it's my hips. I'm doing an upper body exercise, so I don't have to worry about my hips. But you want to keep your core tight and your hips and kind of that pelvic tilt, so that way you're going to save your back. Because if you don't have that pelvic tilt and a strong core during a push-up, you're going to arch your back or dip your hips, and you're going to end up with a back strain or back problems, and we don't want that, okay? So pelvic tilt, so you want to kind of tilt your bottom under or focus on pulling in your belly, okay? So keeping your abs tight. Next, you want to focus on the width that your arms are in a push-up, okay? You want them about shoulder width apart or just a little bit wider. You don't want them more narrow because then you're going to be twinging in the shoulders, and again, we don't want that. We don't want shoulder problems, okay? Third thing you want to focus on is when you're going down into your push-up, you want to make sure it's your chest going between your hands when you go down, not your face. That's probably the biggest thing I see people do wrong with a push-up, is they go down and they're dipping their head between their hands instead of their chest, okay? And that's, again, it's calling for shoulder injury. So we don't want shoulder injury, we just want a good workout. So make sure it's your chest going between your hands and not your face, okay? So if you're doing a standard push-up, you go into your plank position here, again, focusing on that pelvic tilt. Don't let the back arch. So pelvic tilt here, then drop, or making sure that the hands are shoulder width apart, dropping the chest between the hands, and pressing up, okay? If you're doing a modified push-up, make sure your feet stay up. You don't want them down because that can kind of twinge in the knees, and we don't want that, okay? So feet are up, pelvic tilt. Hand check is just making sure those hands are shoulder width apart, and then you're dropping your chest between your hands, not letting your head drop. Don't let your head drop because that'll strain the neck. So you want to make sure that your spine is in a good alignment. So keep that head up, but don't look out either, okay? So don't drop it down, don't look up, keep it neutral, okay? You can do your push-ups against the wall as well if even the modified push-up's a little bit too hard. So you're just going to basically use the wall, but again, making sure you're dropping your chest between your hands, not your shoulders between your hands, not your face between your hands, okay? So make sure, biggest thing, watch those three things. So pelvic tilt, the distance between your hands, shoulder width, and then you want to make sure that's chest between your hands for your push-up, okay? So now you guys know how to do a correct push-up. Good luck.